Yo, what's going on YouTube? Back with another video. So today I am doing sort of like a comparison video between the Sony 24-105, which is why I have it out here. This is an f4 lens, and I am doing pretty much an unboxing of a Sigma 24-70 f2.8. A lot of people would ask, well, if you have a focal range of 24-105, why would you turn around and spend pretty much another $1,000 to get a 24-70, which doesn't have that reach that a 24-105 does, but the only difference is it's a 2.8 lens. For me, there are plenty of reasons, which is sort of what I want to go ahead and get into. I'm actually going to probably end up keeping both lenses only because I see different use scenarios where I would use them both. I think the Sony 24-105 is definitely a one lens carry if I have to go somewhere and I only can bring one lens. I think the 24-105 is going to cut it, so in situations where I can only bring one lens, especially for video, I will definitely say in situations where you're shooting a video, especially if you don't have a gimbal, you're shooting everything handheld, being that this lens has the optical steady shot, whereas opposed to the Sigma 24-70, even though it's a 2.8, it doesn't have optical steady shot. So this, if I want more stabilized footage, I'm probably going to have to use a gimbal, whereas opposed to the 24-105, I wouldn't. I've shot in handheld with this lens without a gimbal, and I mean, if you have sort of a steady hand in some situations, even if you're slowing it down and adding in some slow motion, you can get away with that, and it looks almost as if, I'm not going to say that you shot it on a gimbal, but for some shots, I mean, it's really hard to tell the difference. The 24-70, from what I heard, and I haven't shot in with this lens, and I'll definitely try to put some images up at the end just so you can kind of see which one you prefer more. But from what I heard, the Sigma 24-70 is a lot sharper, and this is actually the DGDN Sigma art line, and it's the version 2. They had a 24-70. A lot of people, if you saw any YouTube videos, people were talking about that it was sort of prone to getting dust inside the lens, which honestly, when I bought my camera, I was a little skeptical and reluctant about whether I should get that lens over the 24-105. So I actually went with the 24-105 instead of the version 1. But obviously, they said that it was just a batch of lenses. Sigma turned around and corrected the issue, and then the later lenses that they had with the version 1, it kind of eradicated that problem. But being that they released a version 2, obviously it fixed that issue, but more importantly, they said that the autofocus in this lens is probably definitely going to be a reason to buy this over the version 1. So the reason why I'm probably going to keep 2 is, sounds crazy. I guess people in the comments will eat you up and just say, well, if you got money to buy both, then, so be it. But I think I'm just going to use the Sigma mainly for photography, and probably use this one as a travel lens and mainly predominantly for video. But enough of that. Let's just go ahead and get it open and see what we got here. And then also, Adorama pretty much had this lens on sale too for the holidays, so it was $100 off, so I only paid $9.99 for this lens. I'm gonna give this to my kids so that they can pop. They're gonna have fun with that. So but yeah, this is also, I want to mention, this is a 77 millimeter filter thread. This is an 82 millimeter filter thread. I do have a Nisi variable ND, and I bought the 82 millimeter size, and then I just brought step down rings so that I can use on a 77 or a 67. But with this, it should just fit the 82 variable ND that I bought anyway. So that's just a tip to you. If you're gonna buy a variable ND, make sure that you get the biggest size so that it can fit with you know, also purchasing a step down ring, it can fit with all of your other lenses. All right. I'm not the guy who just rampages through the boxes and just rips it open. I usually like to kind of take care of all my stuff, but here's a nice pouch that it comes with. Some padding, and here it is. Also, yeah, they said that this compared to the version 1, it was like 10% lighter, which to me isn't a deal breaker, you know, but compared to the autofocusing, they said it's pretty much instantaneous compared to whatever. But, you know, and then also, you know, I mean, I know people who would still say, hey, you know, the Sony GM24-70 version 2 is probably a lot better, but from the results that I've seen, they said, hey, it doesn't justify that. I mean, if you're getting 90% of what the Sony GM24-70 with saving $1,000, this is probably the way to go for most people, especially if you're shooting on like A73, A74. Now, if you're shooting on an A1 or A2, I mean, you know, one of those, you know, $5,000, $6,000 cameras, and, you know, I think you get the only advantage is for like sports photography, you can probably have access to like 120 frames per second or something like that. But yeah, pretty much it's got an aperture ring. It's got a lock switch, so I guess you can lock in the aperture. And then also they said for like, I never really known the, you know, anyone say the version 1 had an issue with lens creep, but I guess they, you know, you can't complain about it if, you know, they just kind of gave you a feature, you know, so. But, yeah, compared to the Sony 24-105, the Sigma is maybe a little bit longer. It's definitely thinner. This is more chunkier or more fatter. But, you know, it's pretty much the same size, you know, but yeah, that's pretty much it, you know. I'm definitely going to go ahead and hook this up on my camera. Right now I'm shooting this video with the Tamron 17-28. And I'm going to go ahead and hook this up and shoot some pictures. And, you know, I'll throw up some samples on the screen. But yeah, y'all, don't forget, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you are in the market to buying either one of these two lenses, and if you know, what do you see? Do you feel like it's sort of too stupid to, well, I'm not gonna say stupid because every lens has its purpose, right? But is it something you would do? Would you buy a lens to kind of overlap the focal range of a lens that you already have? The only, you know, I guess perk in this case would be it's a little bit sharper, and you know, but this has, you know, stabilization. This doesn't, but this is a little more sharper. This is obviously better for lower light. You know, what would you do? But yeah, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and just let me know, you know, if there's any questions that you got. I'd be glad to help. And y'all take care. Be easy. Peace.